4 modern food habits making you unhealthier, and these 4 habits people think are normal, and some of these habits people think are even healthier. Hi, this is Murta Shakir and welcome to another video to help you stay healthy effortlessly and put your health on autopilot. Now, when you talk about these 4 habits, these 4 habits are relatively new, they are modern, they were not being practiced by our ancestors, our forefathers 1000 years back. So they are all a kind of a fad, or people fall into the trap in the name of healthy living. Some of them are absolutely unhealthy, and some people follow thinking it is a way to stay healthy, which is absolutely false. It is absolutely incorrect. It's a myth, it's a fad. So we'll understand what are these 4 eating habits. Now there are a lot of other parameters which impacts your health. When you talk about staying healthy, I talk about taking care of the woman, which is water, oxygen, movement, eating habits, and your night sleep. And along with it, there is mental and emotional health as well, which directly impacts your biological health. But in this particular video, I want to address the myth of these 4 eating habits. These 4 eating habits are not normal, they are abnormal. You could see a lot of people around you doing the habits, but it does not make it normal. If more people are doing it, they are abnormal, they are unhealthy, because they were not part of our tradition 1000 years back. So what are these 4 habits? Let's understand. The first habit is midnight snacking. Now when it is time to sleep and you put snack in between your sleep, you are compromising your sleep, and when your sleep is compromised, directly your health is compromised. It has been said that cancer cell multiplies faster among sleep deprived people, because if you compromise your sleep, if you are snacking at midnight, which is 12 a.m., which is, if you think, it is middle of the night, so the time when you should be half asleep, you are snacking, you are damaging your body unknowingly. You might think, oh, it is okay, it's just 12 a.m., it's normal. Sleeping at 12 a.m. is abnormal. Does not matter if people around you are sleeping at 12 a.m. And on top of that, if you are snacking at midnight or you are eating late dinners, it is damaging your health one night and one snack at a time. According to a Harvard University research, it is being proven that eating late at night or snacking at midnight is directly linked to obesity and other sorts of issues like insulin resistance, insomnia, acid reflux. Your entire leptin and ghrelin hormone, the hormones which are linked to your hunger and satiety, they are compromised. The leptin hormone, which gives you a feeling of satiety, is compromised if you are snacking late at night. Hence, you feel more hungry throughout the day, you want to eat more. So you have to eliminate midnight snacking if you want to put your health on autopilot. Plan to eat your dinners earlier and plan to sleep early at the same time. The second one is emotional eating. Now a lot of people do midnight snacking is because of the emotional eating. So you are not eating when you are hungry. You eat because you are sad, you are upset, you are lonely, you are angry, you feel bored, you have nothing to do. So what you do is you start taking shelter in the food. Now the moment you take shelter in the food, or you try to fill the mental and emotional void with the food, you might get a temporary pleasure, but in the long term you are in for a big long-term pain, which will directly impact your health. It is going to lead to obesity and other medical problems. So food is not the solution if you are not feeling good, if you are not happy, if there is mental stress. You have to take support, take help, take coaching, take mentoring, talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to people who can help you with the problem which is eating inside, which is eating you. So if there is something which is eating you, you have to address that. What is the problem that is eating you, and don't start eating food, because emotional eating is not going to resolve your emotional or mental pain or hurt or whatever you are going through. And the more emotionally upset you are, the higher chances of midnight snacking, the higher chances of mindless eating. So do not take shelter in food, address your emotion, take support, and allow your body to stay healthy effortlessly. The third one is skipping your breakfast. Now let's say you are eating emotionally, or you eat late at night, you are snacking at midnight. Now obviously when you wake up in the morning, you will not feel hungry, and then you don't want to eat your breakfast, thinking it is normal, and people make it even a trend to skip the breakfast. Now if I have to give you an example of an airplane, now when an airplane is taking off, it is using the highest amount of fuel compared to the distance covered, because that is the time it needs a highest amount of fuel to go in the air. Similarly, when you wake up in the morning, you are taking off to take on the day, and that is the time where your body needs the highest amount of fuel. If you approach your day with hunger, it is going to damage your body, it is going to make you old faster, it is going to damage your brain. Because understand, when you sleep properly at night, the entire body is going through a detox. Your brain, liver, kidney, heart, everything is working to clean and re-energize you. So your entire organs are drained, they are out of fuel. So when you wake up in the morning, you have to refuel your body, and that's the exact reason breakfast is known as breakfast is called the most important meal of the day. Also, you might not feel hungry when you wake up in the morning is because you could be under a lot of emotional stress. When you are under stress, your appetite will be compromised. So address your stress, eliminate the late night eating or eating heavy dinners or midnight eating, which will then impact which will impact your breakfast. Another thing is the trend of skipping your breakfast, which comes through another recent method which people are using, as I told you, that intermittent fasting. So people do intermittent fasting in the name of health, so that they will not eat their breakfast and say, I do not need breakfast. Now you have started training your brain to think you don't need breakfast because you have been influenced by a book or a people or a video who are telling you and who are showing you the benefit. Again, it is a very recent thing which has come in. It was not used by your ancestors, your forefathers, your grandfathers. They did not do any intermittent fasting. They had their dinner early, they wake up early in the morning, they slept well, and they used to have their breakfast. And if you want to fast, you have to fast the traditional way. The traditional way of fasting is when you wake up in the morning, you have your meal, and then throughout the day you do not eat anything, and after sunset you break your fast. That is how we do in the month of Ramadan or in any other religion and tradition. You see, this is how the fasting is being practiced. So you don't miss your breakfast. Does not matter either in Ramadan or whatever festival you are fasting according to your religion. Every tradition tells you to eat first thing in the morning when you wake up, then you can be hungry throughout the day. That is the real fasting. And then when you come at night after sunset, you break the fast. So if you have to fast the traditional way. Do not fall into the trap of the fads. Make sure you do not leave your house without having the fresh homemade breakfast. Again, the breakfast has to be homemade, should not come from a packet, from a box, from a cereal. Homemade traditional breakfast. Now, if you are not following all the stuff, okay, if you eat late at night, if you're emotionally eating, if you skip your breakfast, your body undergoes stress, you automatically gain weight, and then what you want to do is you want to start counting calories. Now you no longer look or consider food as a source of nourishment or energy. You start eating food from logic and numbers. You are not eating your food mindfully anymore. As I mentioned, your forefathers, grandfathers, they did not look at food in terms of number. The entire concept of calories came out in the year 1918, where an American doctor named Lulu Hunt Pierce, she wrote a book in 1918, and that was the time the entire concept of calories came in. So it is just 100-year-old concept. It was not followed by our ancestors, and it is not the tradition. So stop counting calories. There are a lot of experts who have realized this, and there are a lot of books available out there which is completely busting the myth of calories, because all calories are not equal, and if you eat a particular amount of food The way your body consumes and digests those calories is completely dependent on individual to individual. And that is one of the reason I dropped out of a nutrition course, because I thought I wanted to learn nutrition, and when I went, after a few months they started looking food in terms of numbers. So if the food is giving you stress, if it is giving you anxiety, because when you look at a piece of sweet or a cake or any kind of food or a fat, you start calculating the amount of calories, and that is absolutely unhealthy for your body. You might be thinking, oh, I am aware about my calories. No, you have to be mindful. If you want to learn more about how about the mindful eating practice, check the link in the description where I've posted a complete playlist of the eating habits where you don't count calories, you eat mindfully, you make sure you do not leave your house without having the fresh homemade breakfast, address your emotional issue, address what is eating you, and do not take shelter in food, and do not skip your breakfast. And if you can do all this, you can allow your body to sleep peacefully at night, have your dinner early. And if you start eliminating these habits, you will start seeing the changes in your body, and slowly and steadily your health will start to go on autopilot. If you have any questions about these 4 habits, or if you are practicing any of these and need help, mention in the comments, or visit the website healthonautopilot.com and schedule a call if you need any personal help. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, share it with your friends and family who are stuck in either of these habits, and help them break this unhealthy habit and allow them to stay healthy effortlessly. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you soon in the next video.